Muhammad Abu Bakr Siddiq to please come on the rostrum for his concluding remarks.
Assalamu alaikum, audience. I will conclude the session and all the papers, the comments on all the papers will be covered in my comments, because the theme of this session is the Shariah Governance, Audit and Ethics in Islamic Finance. Actually, when any nation put itself on the route of imitation, then we do not call them dynamic nation. We call them static nation. Hazrat Iqbal ने जिस तरह कहा था कि तेरा बहर पुरसुकून है, ये सुकून है या फिसून, न निहंग है न तूफान न खराबी है किनारा. Actually, the Islamic finance for the students, because you usually hear one sentence in the public and the daily life from the conventional bankers, always the conventional economists, the people who have the conventional finance, they say that Islamic banking is nothing, but it is equal to the conventional interest-based financial system. Why they call it? Because they do not understand that what actually Islamic finance is. And sometimes these students of Islamic finance and Islamic economics, they put themselves on the back foot and on the defensive position, and they have no answer to argue to these such objections. First of all, you have to understand what actually Islamic finance is. I take you, go back to the 1963. बहुत अच्छे दिमाग थे, उलमा, मॉडर्न इकोनॉमिस्ट मिल बैठे. उनके पास दो अपॉर्चुनिटीज थी, दो रास्ते थे. या तो जिस तरह निज़ाम चल रहा है इसी तरह चलता जाए, जब तक खिलाफत राशिदा नहीं आती, इमाम मेहदी नहीं आते, पूरा निज़ाम इस्लामी नहीं होता, तब तक हाथ पे हाथ धरे मुंतज़िर फरदा रहा जाए. या we have to participate in, and we have to also play an active role. तो ये दो रास्ते थे. तो उन्होंने दूसरे रास्ते का इंतखाब किया कि नहीं, we have to play an active role. We have to compete this capitalistic structure. At that time, the capitalism were ruling all over the world, and all the channels were interest-based. I gave money on the interest based, that guy gave money on the interest rate, that guy gave the money interest rate. And if you are the students of economics and you know the velocity of money, that the money circulates in the different hands. At that time, all channels were interest based or gambling based, the prohibited in the Sharia. But those Sharia scholars thought that, okay, given the system, that this is the system of capitalism, we do not change by our own self this whole capitalistic structure. So what we can do? What we can do is that we have to Islamize some channels. If I myself obtain some money on interest based, then it is not mandatory for me that I have to give that, pass on that money to other guy on the interest based, or on the uncertainty basis, or on the gambling basis. So I have to give that money on the halal mode. Similarly, the next guy, it is not mandatory for him living into the capitalistic structure that he must pass on that money on the interest-based basis. So channelize, maximum we have to Islamize the channel. This was the actually basic intention of the Sharia scholars back to the 1960. So actually, this is the existing Islamic financial system is not an ideal Islamic financial system. Thinking into the complete Islamic paradigm, keep in this mind. What is the Islamic finance then? This is a good system within the paradigm of the capitalistic structure. Because all Islamic financial institutions, including Takaful, non-banking and financial sectors, Islamic banks, they are working under the umbrella of capitalism. What the capitalism says that religion doesn't matter. What is the objective of life? Profit maximization, utility maximization is your objective of life. The third pillar is that economic agent is selfish. Government, selfish. Supplier, selfish. Consumer, selfish. So these are the three assumptions of capitalistic structure. Under these three conditions, your Islamic finance is going to work. कावा मुझे आगे खींचे है तो पीछे से खींचे है कलीसा. हमारी वाली सिचुएशन ये बनी हुई है. So that is why we are not going to move forward. हम कैपिटलिज्म को भी राजी रखना चाहते हैं, हम खुदा को भी राजी रखना चाहते हैं. ये हो नहीं सकता. मगरिब तरक्की कर गया. क्यों? इसलिए कि उन्होंने मजहब को खैराबाद कहा. उन्होंने कैपिटलिज्म को एज ए मजहब एडॉप्ट किया. What to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce, वो कहते हैं कि खुदा डिसाइड नहीं करेगा, बाइबल डिसाइड नहीं करेगी. Who will decide? That my desire will decide. जब मेरी डिजायर करेगी तो टोबैको प्रोड्यूस करो, सप्लायर भी उठेगा, डिमांड भी आएगी, प्राइस आपकी गुड्स मार्केट बनेगी, बिजनेस चल पड़ेगा. हर वो चीज जो एक मुसलमान के जहन में आ सकती है ना कि ये गुनाह है, कैपिटलिस्टिक स्ट्रक्चर ने वेस्ट के अंदर उसे प्रोडक्ट बनाकर प्राइस टैग लगाकर मार्केट में ला दिया है. क्यों? क्योंकि इंसान की ख्वाहिश है. आईएमएफ आपको कर्जे देता है और साथ में यह भी कहता है कि भाई आप होमोसेक्सुअलिटी को और हर चीज को, हर पूरी इंडस्ट्री को आप लीगलाइज करो. क्यों? दिस इज द एक्चुअली कैपिटलिस्टिक स्ट्रक्चर. पूरी इंडस्ट्री है. कतर ने सिर्फ फीफा वर्ल्ड कप अपने यहां करवाया है और जो पाबंदी लगा दी, पूरी दुनिया उसके ऊपर उठ के खड़ी होगी वेस्ट की. क्यों? इसलिए कि बहुत सी प्रोहिबिटेड प्रोडक्ट्स थी जो फिर कतर ने पाबंदी लगा दी. बिलियन का बिजनेस था, बिलियन डॉलर्स का बिजनेस था जो उनका ठप हो गया. दैट इज द रीजन कि फिर कतर के खिलाफ आवाजें उठी. तो इस्लामिक फाइनेंस इज एक्चुअली वर्किंग अंडर दिस अम्ब्रेला. सो आई एम गोइंग टू नो the Shariah governance side. Actually, the Pakistan, our society possess its different school of thoughts. If State Bank of Pakistan, I suggest for State Bank of Pakistan, using the floor of Minhaj University, that we need to establish a level playing field for Sharia scholars. There are many Sharia scholars of the other schools who are neglected in Sharia advisory. If we, State Bank, is sincere to promote Islamic banking system, then it needs to provide level playing field in the Sharia advisory, and they have to provide opportunities to the Sharia scholars of the other school of thought. Then it will give you innovation. Ethics of fatwa, unfortunately, in Sharia governance framework, there is no ethics of fatwa. I suggest for State Bank of Pakistan, either it has to adopt ethics of fatwa of Ayofi Sharia standard that is devoted to the ethics of fatwa, and this is Ayofi Sharia standard number 29. Or it has to advise its own Sharia advisory committee to formulate, to introduce a code of ethics of fatwa. ताकि फिर Sharia advisory उसी के ऊपर बाउंड रहे और फिर फतवा दे और फिर डिटेल में दे. Then, improvement in the criteria of appointment of Sharia advisor, the Sharia scholar members. आपका Sharia governance framework कहता है Sharia advisor को हायर करना है, तो फिर उसको enough understanding होनी चाहिए बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंस की. ये लूप होल है, ये स्टेटमेंट, ये लूप होल है. भाई आपके पास कौन सा ऐसा थर्मामीटर है कि टच करेंगे और पता चल जाएगा कि इसको enough understanding है. आप कहते हैं कि शरिया स्कॉलर के लिए लाजमी है कि शहादतुल आलमिया हो, एज ईशा हैज प्रिंटेड इन हिज आर्टिकल. शरिया गवर्नेंस कहता है कि उसके पास 70% मार्क्स भी हों शहादतुल आलमिया में. व्हाई? आप वहां पर क्यों नहीं कहते कि एनफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द शरिया? क्यों? इसलिए कि हमारे पास इस एनफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग को जज करने के लिए डिग्री है. इंस्टीट्यूशन वो डिग्री देता है, वो लाइसेंस होता है जो ये बताता है कि ही हैज एनफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग. It was a time that the Sharia scholars do not have knowledge of the accounting, finance, economics, banking. But no, The institutions like our International Islamic University, my School of Islamic Banking and Finance, we are producing Sharia scholars with the background of the banking, finance and economics. Similarly, the School of Islamic Banking and Finance of this Minhaj University Lahore, UMT, IM Sciences, different universities are producing Sharia scholars. They are Sharia scholars, but parallel they are also having education in the banking and finance. So Sharia governance framework must be amended, and they must be added that the Sharia scholar will be hired who have both type of degrees, Shahadatul Almiya as well as banking and finance. Because the Sharia scholar with the experience of fatwa of nikah talaq cannot issue the fatwa on the financial matters, because we know that the financial sector is very complex in nature, and to understand the readings and the products of the financial products is not an easy job for just a person who do not know the finance. The final point, that hiring of members of Sharia boards, this is actually the main thing. State Bank have to play its effective role in the hiring of the Sharia boards. When a Sharia advisor is an employee of an Islamic bank, when he knows that my salary, this bank is my bread earner, then how it is possible for Sharia advisor to give a strict fatwa against that Islamic banking product? Similarly, when the same Sharia advisor is also sitting in the board of State Bank of Pakistan's Sharia board, when that product will send to the as an objection to the final top board, how it is possible the same guy is issuing fatwa here and the same guy will be there, and he will say that okay, that fatwa is right? Who will judge it? So in hiring, Sharia Advisory Committee of State Bank of Pakistan play its effective role, and the salary of each Sharia advisor should be paid for by SBP. Though SBP may receive that salary from the relevant Islamic bank, but it should be paid through the State Bank of Pakistan. And the job guarantee must be from the State Bank of Pakistan. Not Sharia advisor should not be dependent upon his own Islamic bank. Then all these steps will enhance the Sharia governance framework of Pakistan, and it will enhance the public trust upon Islamic banks. Then it will be possible for us to give a best Islamic financial system. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your thought-provoking concluding remarks.